private sector could put in the money. And if the private sector is not willing to do it, then the government does it.
The assumption of everything you say is that the government is going to be a big player now in the economy and in the financial markets. But what assurance do we have that the government will do a better job?
We don't. Right now they're doing a bad job. So you want to use the government as little as possible. The government should play a smaller role. In that sense, people who believe in markets, I believe in markets. I just want them to function properly. To the extent you can use the market, you should use the market. Governments are also human. They're also bound to be wrong. Moreover, they are bureaucratic, so they are slow and they are subject to political influence. So you want to use them as little as possible, but not to use them, see, it assumes that markets are perfect, and that is a false belief.
Has the whole global system become so complex with such gargantuan forces interlocked with each other, driving it forward, that it doesn't know how to obey Adam Smith's natural laws?
No, I think our ability to govern ourselves doesn't keep pace with our ability to exercise power over nature, control over nature. So we are a very complicated civilization, and we could actually destroy our civilization because of our inability to govern ourselves.
Would this all be happening if we still had a strong sense of the social compact? I mean, our social safety net has been greatly reduced. People have a real sense that the gods of capital have left little space for anyone else. People at the top don't have much empathy for people at the bottom.
Yeah, yes, because there is a common interest, and this belief that everybody pursuing his self-interest will maximize the common interest or will take care of the common interest is a false idea. It's a suitable idea for those who are rich, who are successful, who are powerful. It suits them to justify, enjoying the fruits without paying taxes. The idea of paying taxes is an absolute no-no, right?
Unpatriotic.
Unpatriotic. So, yes, you must have, in my opinion, you need, for instance, a tax on carbon emissions. But that is unacceptable politically. So we are going to have cap and trade. And the trading will have all kinds of loopholes and misuse of the regulations and all kinds of ways of making money without actually dealing with the problem of that it's designed to cure. So that's how the political process distorts things.
So let's think about those people down at Neely's Barbecue going home tonight, having heard you. What they've heard you say is the system is really dysfunctioning right now. It's out of control. Nobody's in charge. They've heard you express your own worry that in the next 3 months it could get much, much worse. And they've heard you say that you don't see much good news immediately on the horizon. So let's leave them something to think about as they go home. Let them go home and say, Mr. Soros said, here are 3 things we can do, simply. 1?
Well, deal with the mortgage problem, reduce foreclosures, recapitalize the banks, and then work on a better world order where we work together to resolve problems that confront humanity, like global warming. And I think that dealing with global warming will require a lot of investment. You see, for the last 25 years, the world economy, the motor of the world economy that has been driving it, was consumption by the American consumer, who has been spending more than he's been saving, all right? Than he's been producing. So that motor is now switched off. It's finished. It's run out of, can't continue. You need a new motor. And we have a big problem, global warming. It requires big investment. And that could be the motor of the world economy in the years to come.
Putting more money in, building infrastructure, converting to green technology?
Instead of consuming, building electricity grid, saving on energy, rewiring the houses, adjusting your lifestyle, where energy is got to cost more until you introduce those new things. So it will be painful, but at least we will survive and not cook.
You're talking about this being the end of an era and needing to create a whole new paradigm for the economic model of the country, of the world, right?
Yes.
Well, one of the British newspapers this morning had a headline, "Welcome to Socialism." Mm-hmm. It's not going that way, is it?
Well, you know, it's very interesting. Actually, these market fundamentalists are making the same mistake as Marx did. You see, socialism would have worked very well if the rulers had the interests of the people really at heart, but they were pursuing their self-interest. Now, in the housing market, the people who originated the houses earned a fee, and the people who then owned the mortgages, their interests were not actually looked after by the agents that were selling them the mortgages. So you have what is called an agent principle problem in socialism, and you have the same agent principle problem in this free market fundamentalism.
The agent is concerned only with his own interest.
That's right.
Not with the interest of
the people whom they're supposed to represent.
But in both socialism and capitalism, you get the rhetoric of empathy for people.
And it's a false ideology. Both Marxism and market fundamentalism are false ideologies.
Is there an ideology that
is not false?
Yeah.
I think the only one is the one that I'm proposing, namely the recognition that all our ideas, all our human constructs have a flaw in it, and perfection is not attainable, and we must engage in critical thinking and correct our mistakes.
And that's why...
That's my ideology. As a child, I experienced fascism, the Nazi occupation, and then communism, two false ideologies. And I learned that both those ideologies are false. And now I was shocked when I found that even in a democracy, people can be misled to the extent that we've been misled in the last few years.
The book is The New Paradigm for Financial Markets, the Credit Crisis of 2008 and What It Means. George Soros, thank you for being with me on The Journal.
Pleasure.